Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transports, and welcome to Model Kit Wednesday. We're working on the Craft Bedford ML flatbed lorry again. Kit number 4017. Right, we're going to assemble the cab. Wish me luck. So the instructions, the highly detailed instructions, say point number 7. Assemble the cab by cementing the two sides to the back, then fixing the front windscreen frame, the roof, the bonnet and the radiator. Okay, sounds easy. I mean, it is easy, it's not difficult. It's not really difficult, but the problem is that there are very few clips, and the only very few pegs, very few anything in here, and our only point of reference is the moulding on the back of the cab. You see this moulding here, which has to correspond to the moulding on the door, and there's absolutely nothing that will hold this stuff here in place until I get the windscreen on, meaning the windscreen will do it. So let's begin and see what comes out. I'm doing this late tonight because tomorrow I'm busy, I've got lots of things to do, and I'm trying to regulate the camera in such a way that we see what we're doing. Okay, perfect. Right, you know that I'm using this nearly finished bottle of glue, but there's still plenty to finish this model, and I had been putting it in this small glass jar here, but there's starting to be so little cement in here that it was beginning to be a problem. So I have made myself a little Tamiya cement container, and I made with a thimble glued onto a car wash token. I have no idea what car wash this token is from. I've tried several. So it says Cattle Wash Lavaggi Self-Service, and this is very handy base for my thimble. I have several thimbles, so I just decided to use one of them, and I glued it on with glue and glaze. So this way there's no risk of me knocking it over. So this is a useful thing. Could even be a big washer, no, a coin or a car wash token, and that way we can pour what's left of the cement in here and then pour it back in. So we'll do that right away. Oops. We've not got very much in here, so we'll just pop it in there. Not too much, enough for what we're doing. And I'll put a lid of some kind on top of this to stop it evaporating as I'm working. Oh, beer cap would be good. What could I use? Good question. We'll put something on top of it anyway for the moment. Put one of this on top of it, that way it doesn't evaporate. Perfect. Right, let's get cracking, folks. Here's our glue, our cement. Here's the brush, and let's get going. I'll try and not cover things with my hands. So mud guards are not needed. We need this, the windscreen. So it says, assemble the cab by cementing the two sides to the back, then fixing the front windscreen frame, the roof, the bonnet and the radiator. So we'll do it in order and see what happens. Okay, here's the back. So let's apply some cement to the back. Okay. And let's put a side onto the back. And of course I dropped it on the mat. Clever dick. Okay. Right. Let's get this thing here glued on. Absolutely nothing to hold it in check. What utter... Okay, alright, let's see. I've wet the other side already. I think one of our little pencils is going to be useful again, because they hold things in position. Of course this is not going anywhere. I would need the Tamiya cement with a light green cap, the fast setting one at this point. But I've only got the normal one. Okay, right. Let's just hold that in place. Let's get some more cement. Wet that again. Let's pop the other one on. Gee, what rubbish. This is rubbish. Okay, I've got it on. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, it's correct. It's okay. Right, that's already. That's one step forward. Let's see if this is okay. This one over here. I mean, we want the cab to be really flush, not to be half wonky and crappy. Oops, that was a nice word. Can you say crappy on YouTube? I suppose you can. I mean, there's not a video for children. This thing is crappy, absolutely. What utter rubbish. I think it's okay. Let's see. Right. So it's supposed to be held in place by the windscreen. Let's have a laugh. The windscreen. Which windscreen is supposed to go and sit like this? Well, let's see. Oh. Right. Let's see what we can do. Okay, let's see if that's any good. The windscreen is supposed to hold it in position. Aye, sure. Okay, that one's in. One's on. How about its mate? You must be joking. You must be joking. Joking is the word. It doesn't look very good. It's utter rubbish. Okay, let's see that I can lift it in my hand now. So the radiator grill is supposed to sort of sit like that and match that. Okay, yes it does. What do you say? Does that make sense? I think at the end you fill it in with paint, smooth it out. Okay, let's see. Pop you back over here, that way you can see what's happening. And the microphone's here because it's kind of late. Right, it says, assemble the cab by cementing the two sides to the back, done that, and then fixing the front windscreen frame, the roof, the bonnet, and the radiator. So, logic says that the roof will help to hold the cab together. Then we'll have to fit the steering wheel on, but from underneath. So let's see if the roof fits without the steep. Let's see exactly. So on one side it's okay, and on the other side it's a load of rubbish. So excuse me. Oh, this is fun. More likely they should have said fit the excuse me, I think this is rubbish. I think we fit the windscreen last. We fit the roof first because it's never going to go anywhere without the roof. Okay. Because the roof has got two little tabs inside which will hold things at the right distance. So first things first, let's see how this here fits. If I just put the roof on it. Oh, this is a load of tosh. A load of rubbish. This is what this kit is. That came off. I think I'm going to build this way. I'm going to ignore their order because it's a load of rubbish. Because otherwise nothing is going to fit. Nothing is going to fit. So I am fitting this thing here on my way. So one side, the cab back. Okay. The roof. It's falling all over the place now. Right, that makes more sense to me. See, I fixed the cab to the roof, and it's anyway not good at all, but we'll fill that in somehow. And I've filed the parts properly. I've not filed anything too much, things like this, so this is going to be a Bedford that had an accident. So now we have to get this bit here and get that one on. Oh, the Achilles heel of this project, this model kit, is the cab assembly, because it's absolute. It's pure fiction you're going to get this thing here on without making an absolute derriere of it. It's pure fiction. Absolute fiction. Right. Let's try putting the windscreen on again, see if now things are a little bit more straight. What a load of rubbish. I mean, they could have just made a moulding. One moulding of the cab. Was it such a big expense to do? You know, single part? I mean, it's so small, it's 187. Or say 2 parts, not all this flat rubbish. I mean, Zvezda would have made a kind of frame inside for you to stick the thing together. We're talking about Zvezda. Okay. Right. What does it look like? Something the cat brought in. Let's see. It looks okay. Right. What's next? The roof. Let's see. I have some doubts about this thing here. I'm sorry if I'm covering things with my hands, but I do apologise, but we have this problem called Craft. Now this roof should fit on nice and flush. We should call it Craft Picasso. It looks like a painting by Picasso. Absolutely. It is an absolute load of bollock. Okay. I'll end up getting banned for saying bad words. Okay, so that's fitted on the front. And there's absolutely nothing flush here. Nothing matches. And you glue it all on and then melt it all with your Tamiya cement and sort of make everything stick together by plastering it in what is actually paint thinner, because this is what's solvent, this is what we're using. Honestly, it's downright disaster. It would need a sliver of styrene here. I don't know what it would need. Okay, let's put the bonnet on. Okay, then it says cement, assemble the cabin fixing the front, the roof, the bonnet and the radiator. Let's put the roof, let's put the bonnet on. How many minutes have we done here? 21. Let's pop the bonnet on. Okay. Bonnet. Oh, that's one thing that fits nicely. Famous last words. Nothing is... The mouldings are just utter rubbish. But rubbish big time. It's pure junk. I'm sort of pressing it up together like that, so that it sort of melts together. I'll have fingerprints on it next. So to build this thing here, you have to go against all the rules of assembling a model kit. You have to plaster it in cement. You have to take your hands, press it together with your fingers. This side it's okay. This side it's... aye, sure. I've fitted the windscreen flush, it's good. Okay, where's the radiator grill? I see. Nasty fingerprints right there. I mean, I had glue all over my hands. That's really great. I'll need... Right, you leave that there a minute. Now, good job we're not using the fast drying cement, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to maneuver. I'm annoyed by this big fingerprint there. That's ugly. That is ugly. That's not the kind of work I like doing on a model kit. Oh, for God's sake, that doesn't fit. Supposed to be a flush fit. Supposed to is... look at that. I mean, look. This one's deeper than this one. When I sit this here on the mudguards, what happens? How does it sit on the mudguards? Like that. It's supposed to sit on the mudguards. With a radiator grill, like so. Okay, let's see. Let's believe them. Let's believe them. First of all, that's not saying flush. I'm just getting a cutter right now, and I'm slicing a bit off this rubbish, because otherwise it's never gonna... that is never going to be flush. Never. Never. No way, Jose. also very hard stuff. That's another problem. It's very, very hard. So I'm just going to use a file on this. Sorry to say, but this is a load of rubbish. It's a challenge, aye, to build it. It's a challenge. Then, what I'm going to do to fill in this gap, I'm going to just give it a gallon of Tamiya cement and melt it all together. But first I want to make sure that the thing is assembled sort of semi-normal, not super wonky. Oh, I suppose the small scale, you fill it in with glue. Right, let's see what happens now. There, I chopped a sliver off. Better a gap that you can fill up with glue than things sitting squint. Of course, one's shorter than the other one. It's to call this thing a model kit is it's a euphemism they call it. It's okay, here it's okay. Let's see if we can get it on straight, as close as good as possible. Right, on you go, my friend. Great kit for making a scrapped Bedford ML. Oh, it's okay. Once I got the bonnet on, it looks nearly decent. Nearly. Pity there's a great big gap there. So it's nearly my note. So what we're going to do now, let's see if it fits nicely somehow on the front, on the mud guards. Let's see what it looks like. It's all squint. So here it's okay. This side's too short. Oh no, is it? Is it not? Excuse me, I realise half of the time I'm 30 minutes of rubbish. Okay, so let's have a final look at this disaster called cab. The bonnet's okay, the radiator is flush enough. There's a great big gap there, and I'm going to put a little bit of styrene in there to fill the space up. This roof here is nothing is sitting straight. So let's just get some glue, some cement, and try and melt that more. Not a splendid thing, but we'll manage to get it decent. Okay, very well. So, not a great video, very long and a lot of wrestling. So, to recap this business here, I'm going to put a piece of styrene in there to fill that gap. I'm going to wedge another very thin piece of styrene in here to fill this gap, and I'll just melt it with Tamiya cement. I'll do this off camera now, and then I'll show you the results in the next video. And then at that point we should be able to mate it with when we join it up with the mud guards, you see that the radiator grill is floating in mid-air. So what we'll do, we'll either file something down, because everything's wrong. The sides, the cab sides are different lengths, different width. And I've assembled it properly. Look, it's assembled properly. It's not assembled incorrectly. It's pure nonsense. But it has to be solid. That way I can maybe file it down. That's correct somehow. See, it sits flush only on one side, and it doesn't sit flush at all on the other side. And it doesn't even go all the way down on the other side, because it's... Okay, I think I'm going to have to cut some off here. Okay, cheerio, and see you in the next episode. Wish me well.